Not many people know that term. That's like my girlfriend in high school taught me about chevron.
Chevron?
Yeah.
Guess what, guys? The car is getting fully PPF'd. It's gonna have tint done and ceramic coating. And I think the taillights just go crazy with frozen black. Like, this is just outrageous. This is how I'm going to remember the M4. I'm not going to remember the other taillights ever again. All right, welcome back to Unlockable Character, guys. It is Wealth and Wisdom Wednesday. We are going to start with an update on the investments and the strategies that I laid out earlier this week. So, starting with cryptocurrencies, we have the merger of Fetch AI along with the Ocean Protocol, as well as the Singularity Net token. Okay, so the merger has actually been delayed until July. I haven't bought in yet. The merger will occur on July 15th. The new token will be called ASI. So keep an eye on that. I would wait until the merger completes to actually purchase the new ASI token. Now let's flip over to FFIE. We're hovering at about 52 cents. I'm still considering putting another $1,000 in. The short volume that we have been trying to track using TradingView from FINRA. So on the bottom here, you're seeing the short volume. On the top, you're seeing the price. The short volume has actually dropped off, but that's only the volume that we can see. Remember, there is short volume that we're not seeing that can be on dark pools. And those dark pools of liquidity are really managed between institutional asset managers and market makers. I have a hunch that if GameStop really rockets up, FFIE will also go up, purely out of the meme significance of it. But I do have this lingering feeling that FFIE within a month or two will either extremely pop up or really just fade away and be worthless. So FFIE is a risk that I would say, if you have money that you're willing to throw away, like $1,000 max, and it's not going to affect your daily life, go ahead and put the play in. But if you're afraid to lose the money that you can invest, don't go into FFIE. And remember, everything I say is not financial advice, but these are recommendations based on my history of being in the financial industry. I have over 15 years of working experience, and I'm trying to help people see how they can make a way in this world by trading. I have waited way too long personally to really put my full focus into it. Previously, I've worked at State Street Global Advisors, BNY Mellon, and BlackRock. I've been in positions where I wasn't allowed to trade or I was restricted, so I didn't. But now I'm in a much more free position, and I'm really applying what I've learned over my time to make money in the markets through cryptocurrencies, through stocks, and then relay that wisdom and information back to you guys. And hopefully I'm unlocking in a lot of you the curiosity to just try, to learn. And then I'm also unlocking the persistence to fight the urge to, give up if you don't have a good few days, or if you have a really bad play. It's okay. It's really okay. Everything is a learning opportunity. Just remember that you shouldn't be throwing away money that you need to pay, your bills with. So please be careful. All right. So the next thing we're going to go up to is GameStop. So on the previous video, I recommended a $20 long call for June 21st. And earlier, yesterday specifically, that long call was really in the money. And you could have made some significant money on that long call had you exercised it at the top of the price yesterday and even earlier today. But there has been a dip. But what we are seeing is the short volume is still there. And I think GameStop, within 2 months, is going to really see a squeeze upwards in price. So if you're accumulating shares, just wait for the dips and buy the dips so that your dollar cost average is lower. If you are playing options, that June 21st $20 long option call is almost in the money still, or it may not be. It may just be out of the money. I still think that's a good call. It's cheaper now than it was when the price rose up. So this is a chance for people who, when they buy the option, let's say you bought that option 2 days ago when it was cheaper, let's say Monday, and the price went up, you could have sold it on Tuesday, buy the option again today, and see if it goes up again. So there's ways to, if you had, let's say, a principal of $10,000, you bought 10 contracts for 100 options each, and you made 30% on it, boom, that becomes $13,000. You play that $13,000 into the market again when the price drops because the options are cheaper. Boom, you buy the cheaper options. Now you have the ability to buy 13 contracts or 1,300 shares, and you wait for the price to go up, and you just repeat that. And in a way, that's a way to build up your principal. That if you started with 10,000, you can build that up very quickly. And what you should do is, in many ways, protect your principal and take the profit out. And what I recommended in my previous video is investing in Bitcoin or Ethereum with your profits and parking your money there instead of parking your money in a US dollar savings account, for example, in a traditional bank. All right, guys, with that out of the way, what I want to get to is the mods that are going to go on the new G82, the frozen black LCI that I picked up. And let's just build a car together, guys. Let's look at what's going to go on the car. All right, the first thing is the front splitter. The front splitter that's going on my car is from a company called Racing Sports Concepts. They are out of the United Kingdom, I believe, so Great Britain. This splitter is just the best quality splitter for the car on the market, like bar none. The weave goes in both directions to match the carbon fiber inlets, the OEM ones. The quality is just incredible. This is dry carbon. It actually goes over the factory lips on each side, so you don't need to take off anything. And the fitment is perfect, like absolutely perfect. It is a little bit expensive at $1,500, but overall, this is the best splitter I think on the market. I know I sell one on my store, and we'll definitely check that out. But this I think is like top of the line, world class. Like for the G80 platform, this is the splitter to get. You just have to be careful because it is a little bit longer than other splitters. So, you know, on each side, you have to be careful when you're driving the car and there's maybe a curb. So that is going on the car. The next thing is the wing. So I am actually selling the same wing that's going on my car. It's the swan neck wing. It's very rare. You won't see anyone with it right now. It's $1,100 on the website, unlockablecharacter.myshopify.com. Definitely check it out, guys. All right, moving on. Splash guards. So this is from a company called Megachip USA. Looks like they have a spring sale going on, so you can use Mega 10 for 10% off your order. This is really, really important, especially when you have a lowered car. You don't want a bunch of mud flinging up and hitting the rest of the car. That could be mud, that could be rocks, and I have a frozen color. I am satin PPFing the whole car, but just as an extra precaution, for front and back, I'm going to be getting these mud guards. And I think it looks cool too. It makes your car look a little bit wider, even a little bit lower. All right, moving on. Okay, this is the oil cooler skid plate. So for those that don't know, the G80 has an exposed oil cooler at the bottom of the car, and it's poor design in terms of safety, because if you hit a rock or something, you could bust the oil cooler, maybe even bust the oil pan. So this is a really good, I think, price for peace of mind and protection, especially in cities like Atlanta when you're driving around. So definitely one of the first things you want to do is to get an oil cooler skid plate. This is from Redline 360, and the brand is called Rev9. All right, now more of like a aesthetic accessory. If you go to the track, you know, they do actually ask you to see if you have a toe strap. This is for the front of the car. You can also get it for the back, I believe, but little touch. Not too expensive, and the little touches really, you know, overall can complete a build. So things like this are things that I like. It has the M stitching, and my car is frozen black. I think this will look perfect on it. Now to the suspension, guys. So I am running 20mm spacers all the way around. I have an X-Drive car. The wheels I have are the 19-inch in the front, 20-inch in the back rear, 20-inch rear wheels. Everything is OEM, and these 20mm spacers are, I think, the most you can space the wheels out without, you know, just excessive rubbing. I have the Pirelli tires. I believe they rub more than the Michelins, but you know, you can shave the front of your fender liners, and that's probably what I'm going to do to run such an aggressive spacer. This brand, Bonos, is pretty cool. They're called forged active spacers. So 20mm is pretty thick, but they have reduced the amount of material in the spacer any way they could, and they also have ridges on the outside, and those ridges help with active cooling. So definitely a cool company, and I think my preferred spacer for the G80 platform. Moving right along, the suspension in terms of lowering the car is going to be a height adjustable kit from Cobra. Very, very good price. It's $800. And this is the lowest height adjustable kit on the market. So it tells you that this is specifically for the G82. They do have a G81 as well. It goes 20 to 45 millimeters in the front, I believe, and 0 to 30 millimeters in the back. But definitely, I think the best height adjustable kit on the market for the best price. Moving on into some more advanced suspension parts. These are for the front tension strut arms. They're called solid monoballs in other terms, and it really helps with the handling. People say that the G80 handling is numb. This is the upgrade to get to really get back more steering feel. Okay, guys? I call them front monoballs. They're from Milway Motorsport. They have boots, and that helps, especially if you daily drive the car, so that there's no buildup of road dirt and grime and debris, which can happen over time. Moving on. When you lower the car, especially when you lower it so much, you really should do this bump steer adjustable tie rod end kit. I think that many people who just use lowering springs, who don't do a bump steer adjustable tie rod in the front, will experience creaking noises. I think it helps settle the suspension geometry in a more proper way than not running them. And I think overall it does help prevent the deflection and essentially the amount that you go up and down after you go through a rough patch of road. So definitely something that I would recommend if you lower the car, these bump steer adjustable tie rod ends. All right, next up is the SPL race rear adjustable toe arms with the eccentric lockout kit. This helps when you drive the car really hard. It helps the alignment stay where it was actually set. And it also helps in terms of going over, rough roads, helping the car basically be more flat. So definitely an upgrade that I would recommend. And this is what I've been running on my previous car. I'm actually swapping over these mods from the old car to the new car next Monday. I'm going to try and get some footage of that, of course. And I can't wait for everything to be done. All right, let's look at the exhaust, guys. So best bang for buck, I think, in the G80 platform for just fun and just sound is a mid-pipe. And my preferred mid-pipe is the Mastery of Art and Design single mid-pipe with their braces included here. And I just think that you're losing weight because it's single mid-pipe instead of the two OEM mid-pipes. It sounds incredible. It actually opens up most of the sound in the car. And it's an easy install. I actually have paired these with the Fatboy catless downpipes from Mastery of Art and Design. And these are the biggest, widest pipes that you can fit on the car. And they just fit excellently with the mid-pipe. They actually definitely do provide you more turbo spool noise. You definitely get a bump in power. You really have to tune to take advantage of the downpipes though. I haven't been running a tune. I do have two Big Daddy's Garage oxygen spacers. They're called mini cats. They actually plug into the downpipes and they prevent the check engine light. All right, I also am running the Mastery of Art and Design cold air intakes with heat shield in the engine bay. I have red filters, really awesome intake setup, sounds amazing. I love the intake noise on this car. The twin turbo setup, there's so much intake noise. It almost sounds like a JDM turbo tuner car from like the 90s with like a high boost setup. I know, if you know what a blow-off valve is, guys, it sounds almost like that even though there is no blow-off valve. All right. The secret sauce for the exhaust on the G80 platform is a valve controller because the factory valves never fully open and they never fully close. But with this SST flap control valve controller, you can fully open the valves and fully close the valves, and you can also program your garage door button opener on your car to do the opening and the closing of the valves. So really quick install, easy to install. I highly recommend it. Not a bad price either. All right, for some fun stuff, guys, I'm gonna do the CS coating on my 2025 M4. What does that mean? You can code in the gearbox or transmission. People outside of the US call it a gearbox, whatever, call it a transmission. We're gonna flash the transmission with the CS software, so it will basically shift faster and also downshift faster, upshifts and downshifts. It'll sound better too, I'm pretty sure. I can't go with XHP right now because from what I've understood, the 2025 models are not yet supported. Many of the newest VINs are not supported. So I'm going to try out this whole CS flash thing. So there's the transmission flash, there's the stability control flash, there's the steering flash, which apparently really helps with steering feel. So I'm interested to see what this is like with the front monoballs. The differential flash, so that's the rear differential, and a suspension flash. So I think there's a even stiffer suspension feel now than what you feel in Sport Plus without the flash. So I'll report back, guys. I think this is a great price, and it should be pretty quick. It's like a 20-minute coating thing to get done. So yeah, guys, that's a quick build of what the car is gonna look like. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna drop all the links in the video, and for the rest of the video, I'm gonna give you a behind the scenes look at some Insta360 footage that I first got. And there's much more footage to come, guys. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, the subscriptions. Please share, and I'll see you next time on Unlockable Character. Let's go. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Unlockable Character. This is the first time really using the Insta360 around cars. We have Drew's 6 Z06 right here, and then if I turn the camera without turning the camera, we have the M4. The tint is on there. It looks incredible. The rear spoiler is off, so that should tell you something. And wow, this camera picks up so much, it picks up my phone in front of me. Absolutely ridiculous. This thing is looking outrageous, guys. We are recording in 8K 30, so I'm gonna try to get the best quality out to you guys as possible. By the end of the week, hopefully the car is done. As you can tell, the rear spoiler is off, so something big is coming for sure. Yo, shout out Timmy Turner's Adventures. I'm gonna put his tag down below, guys. All right, plenty more coming up on the channel, guys. Stay tuned. Let's go. And if you were in that GME option yesterday, you're already in the money. Let's fucking go. All right, guys. So we have Drew here. He has a PhD in PPFology. We got Timmy. He's got a PhD in bootyology. Yes, sir. And we're trying to figure out on these newer cars. There's so many markings on the glass. It looks like dots etched into it. So Drew, what is that again?
Well, I don't have the technical answer for that, but there's basically like these raised dots on the inside of the glass. I read somewhere that it was like a transition from the black to the clear, but I don't know. All it does is cause the tint not to stick down.
It still looks excellent though. Guys, the tint is done on the car. PPF is going on. And then next week, we are putting all the mods from the previous car. So the exhaust, the intakes, the suspension. I have to drive it about 1,000 miles and then we can tune it. And this thing is gonna be set for the summer. I just can't get arrested like the previous 2 summers, and we should be straight, you know what I'm saying? But if we do get arrested, remember my video about how to beat the tickets? You just take that shit to state court, you know what I'm saying? Keep it moving, all right? Let's go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the first 360 footage on the channel.